на Сумщині та стриму наступ ворога. Потребуємо мікроавтобус для виконання бойових задач і очищення українського неба від ворожих крил. Звертаємось до команди Car for Ukraine та Бандера Мобіль з проханням допомогти з закупівлею, підготовкою доставкою авто, а також до Renegade Changus та Канті Людан і їх спільноти з проханням допомогти підтримати збір. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. For those of you that were with me last night, I wanted to kind of show you something here. Remember I said the DC song will get my video deleted? Well, it did. For 10 seconds of Highway to Hell playing, a 2-hour-long stream was removed from the internet. I did go in and delete the song from the stream, and it only took about 6 hours for YouTube to delete that 10 seconds. So when I say I need to not play songs, certain songs especially, that's why. So just give me a little bit of a backstory on that. With that, I also will be opening up the Discord server. There is the link in chat. And let me just pin that one to the top of chat as well. So the first message is going to be that screenshot. So Discord will make it easier for me to contact and keep in touch with everybody as we go while I'm in Ukraine. And hopefully that does pretty good for everyone. Hope you enjoy it. Shout out to Adam Rounds, Nikki Hill, Mexi Girl, Steve Sane. Nikki had stuff to do, but came by to throw in a like. So thank you, Nikki, for doing that. And come on, screen, come back. There we go. Not Sherlock Holmes. And Mitch Ashdown. Linda H. Pyro. K-Bell. Welcome everybody to the stream, and I need to go to live chat instead of top chat. Yes, this is the link is for my own server. I've asked people involved with it not to use the @everyone or @here. I know the notifications for me at least get overwhelming. So I'm asking not to @everyone on that Discord. Just keep it clean, keep it a nice, friendly place to hang out. In the meantime, operational information as of 8 a.m. August 22nd, 2025, regarding the Russian invasion. As always, Ukraine starts the report with "Glory to Ukraine." The 1,276th day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. In total, 157 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. According to updated information, yesterday the enemy launched 2 missile strikes using 44 missiles. 75 airstrikes as well on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements, dropping 125 guided aerial bombs and using 5,875 kamikaze drones. The enemy also carried out 5,709 artillery shells, more drones than artillery strikes. It tells you a lot about the war in 21st century. 98 of those artillery strikes were from MLRSs. The enemy carried out airstrikes on the areas of the settlements of Staroguta in Sumy, Orhiv, and Novoukrainka, Chervona Kristina in Zaporizhia region, and Pridniprovsky in Kherson. Over the past day, missile troops are Missile troops and artillery units of the Defense Force of Ukraine struck 9 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and military equipment, 2 missile troop and artillery facilities, 6 command posts, 2 fuel and lubricant warehouses of the Russian invaders. Heading over to the deep state map and going into the individual directions, of course, starting with the North Slobodansk Sumy area. Ukrainian soldiers repelled 4 attacks by the invaders in the area. The enemy also launched 9 airstrikes, dropping 17 guided aerial bombs, and carried out 252 artillery strikes, 6 of those being from MLRSs. Jumping down to the South Slobodansk Kharkiv area, the enemy tried in vain 10 times to advance near the settlements of, this is a new one, Silnelnikovo. I have no idea where that settlement is. Let's cheat. Go to Google Maps. Not the right one. Let's try Kharkiv. Staritsa, Voschansk. So, okay, so it's a suburb of Voschansk. Oop, deep state. Ah, had to zoom in for it to pop in. So that settlement, Voschansk, Gutny, which is over here, Ambarny, and Zapidny. And in the direction of Kolodazny. Kolodazny, I know I need Zapidny right here. Kolodazny is one of those ones you have to zoom in for it to show up. And I'm not sure exactly where it is at. Okay, let's give myself a reminder. Kimianka Kolodazny. Kimianka Kolodazny. Okay, I was just being blind. So Zapidny and Kolodazny. Heading to the Kupiansk direction. 5 attacks by the invaders took place yesterday. The defense forces repelled the enemy assault actions in the areas of Golubivka and Kupiansk itself. Heading to the south to Liman, and this general area of the front. 24 combat clashes were recorded in the Liman direction yesterday. The enemy tried to advance near the settlements of Karpivka, Zeleny Dolna, Kolodazny, Diprova. Now, I find it very interesting that they're using this as the settlement. It means, in my mind, it might mean that there has been a pushback in this area. Yes, K-Bell, this is new. Thank you so much for the 2. I'm guessing A is Aussie. So Diprova, Zorichny, Torsk, which is, sister city just across the river. And towards Yampil. Yampil is right here. Moving on to Servisk and scrolling up so I don't lose as much track of it. Our troops repelled 5 enemy attacks in the areas of Srebryanka, Vimivka, Gorivka, Servisk, and zooming in, Fedorivka right here. Jumping over to Kramatorsk. Kramatorsk, Slovansk, Druskivka, and a settlement you've probably heard a lot about today, Konstantinivka. In the Kramatorsk direction, the enemy carried out 6 attacks in the areas of Bilogora, which is right here, and towards Pretechny. Jumping to the south, just a hair to the Toretsk direction. The enemy attacked Ukrainian units of the defenders 6 times in the areas of Oleksandro Kalanova, Pleshkivka, Sofivka, that is a new one. Let me zoom in here because yeah, I'm not seeing a Sofifka. Napilia. Anywhere around here. Oh, wait. Sofifka over here. That might be the one, but I would assume that was in Pacross direction. See what happens when you assume? Look at what, Golby? Heading over to Pacross direction. Over the past 24 hours, our defenders stopped 43 assault actions of the aggressor near the settlements of Nanorivka, Novoekonomichne, Mirolubivka, Rodinsky, Sugetsky, which we have to zoom way in for it to show up right here. Gorogovo. The only Gorogovo I know is this one here. Jumping Mirolubivka, Chervony Liman. It's written as Krasny Liman on this map, but it is the name's been changed to Chervony. Promin right here. Of course, Pokrovsk itself. Zirzova. Novopavlivka, which is over here. Mravka, right here. Novoukrayinka. Have to zoom way in for this one right here. This is right next to Dashny, which is the last one on the list. Dashny, Novoukrayinka. Zatishuk. I'm not sure where that one is. We'll look for that one as we go by Udashny and Koltine. Lasivka is here next to Sukovyatar, south of Pokrovsk. Zatishuk, though. That might be another trip to Google Maps. So there, oh, so it's between Sugetsky and Fedorivka. Did I just meet it? Yeah. So that settlement is looks like it's been a renaming. So it's this settlement. Looks like it's this settlement here, but on this map it's a different name. So Skugetsky, Fedorivka, Zatishuk. Go to the deep state map. Sugetsky, Fedorivka, not Zatishuk. So I wish Deep State would update their map to match the names used by ZCU. But yeah, it is what it is. Coming over to the Novopavlivka direction. we have a lot of updates in the Novopavlivka direction coming up in the Telegram section. Oh, Goldie. Okay, I get you. Is there some way to check members of Discord? Yeah, on the right hand side of Discord is a list of members, and it shows online or offline. Yeah, let me show that on screen. So, K-Bell, Mexi, Pyro, BB, me, Golby, both Gobies, and I'm guessing that's Steve Sane. Because I have streamer mode enabled, it shortens some people's names that want to remain private. Yeah, Trump holding up the photo today. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, Trump is cooked. So yeah, I have a couple updates for you in this direction on Telegram, involving this town here and the town of Tolstoy here. But for now, in the Novopavlivka direction, Ukrainian defenders repelled 35 attacks. Basically, this area is now just as active as Pokrovsk. Russia is wanting to get to the Donetsk borders so bad. They've reached it down here, but there's still pockets of Donetsk still under Ukrainian control in this area. And then the huge area up here that includes Dobropilya, Novodonetsk, Druskivka, Konstantivka, Kramatorsk, Slovansk, Liman, all this area is still Donetsk Oblast, and Russia is pushing hard to get, these little pockets right here. Anyways, 35 attacks by the invaders in the Novopavlivka direction. Those attacks were in the areas of Voskreshenka, Zaporizhia, Tremivka, which is down here, Zeleny Pol, Tolstoy, which is up here, Lizny. That is a new one for me, and I'm guessing as it has been a name change. So, unless it's no. So, let's see what settlement has changed names this time. Alexandrograd, Voskreshenka, so Lizin's right there. Alexandrograd, Voskreshenka. Oh, no name change, just have to zoom really far in to see the name. So this settlement right here. It's odd that that is listed as a direction with the lines being so far back. Hopefully there will be clarification on that later. Now, Olhivsky, which is down here next to Huliopol, and in the direction of Kamshutska, Komushuvaka. That one is a hard one to say. And Philia. In the Uliapol and Orhiv directions, the enemy did not conduct any offensive operations. In the Priniproski direction, Priniproski right here, Kherson right here. Enemy units tried to advance twice, but were unsuccessful. That's all they show on that. Again, this is just the river area trying to cross in boats, and those boats get taken out. Although I do have an interesting update that I don't think anybody else has caught yet in the Telegram section. In the Volyn and Polizia directions, there has been no signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces, both in manpower and equipment, and are actively undermining the enemy's offensive potential in the rear. Hey, you know they exist? Oh, you're watching from the beginning to catch up. Just got home from work. Have a rally tomorrow. And have 125 meg. If Slavian loves me, it'll be okay. The report goes into the Russian losses. Of course, we'll cover that with the graphic here shortly. We end the report with join the defense forces, Razom Peremojimo, and of course, Slava Ukraina. Tick over to the loss report and the air raid map while I get finished catching up with chat. Hey Canty, why are town names changing? A lot of it's because the town names are in Russian, and Russians are using that as an excuse that these are Russian lands. Like this here, Krasny Liman is a Russian word, Krasny. Chervony Liman it's the same thing. It's pointing out the same plant, but it's the Ukrainian spelling for it. So if it's not Krasny Liman and it's Chervony Liman, it's not a Russian word, and Russians can't use that as an excuse to say that this is Russian land. We should take a note from that. And, well, if you go up to Alaska, a lot of Alaskan names are the Russian names. So how long before Russia starts saying, well, Alaska's Russia because, well, your towns still have Russian names, therefore it's Russian. But yeah, that is their excuse right now. Russia's saying that Ukraine is Russian land, Russian territory, because the town names are Russian. We are preparing more garden goodness for the freezer. We canned stuff in the last 2 weekends. We were processing corn last week myself. Tomatoes right now. Peppers right now. And it looks like the gourds, butternut squash and honey nut squash will be ready in a couple weeks. Probably another month or so. Yeah, I don't do emoji. I'm not good at that. That's uh I used to could do some sign language, but you got me on that, dude. Uh Preserved tomatoes are weird. No, they're not. If you preserve them right. You know what I've been finding is weird is like Ukraine is 2 weeks ahead of me. Um, when their tomatoes were ready, I was mine weren't ready for 2 weeks later. Their pears are ready, mine are just starting to be ready now. Um, yeah, so like everything's like 2 weeks ahead of time in Ukraine. So by the time I get there, I'm guessing squash will be in season. Should be fun. As we can see, Chernihiv, the northern part of Sumy, eastern part of Kharkiv, Donetsk, and the eastern part of Dnipro are all under air alert at the moment. Not too long ago, there was guide bombs launched from planes heading through Donetsk. No information on where they hit just yet, but it looked like they were also heading towards Konstantinivka, just by my impression. Total combat losses of the Russian Federation as of August 22nd, the 1,276th day of the full-scale invasion. And we see Russia's losses are starting to diminish because the number of attacks have been decreasing as well. Um, I'm a week or two ahead of you, Mitch. Yeah. Um, yeah, just make sure Trump eats at McDonald's and you know, chili cheese curly fries. So 790 personal losses yesterday, for a grand total of 1,074,320. 4 tanks. So, we've been looking at like ones or twos the last couple months per day, and now up to 4. 11,124. 3 armored personnel vehicles, 23,160 for the total. 46 artillery systems yesterday for a total of 31,835. 1 MLRS for a total of 1,472. 1 anti-aircraft warfare system, 1,210. 318 UAVs. That number is just jumping every day. 33 cruise missiles and 110 vehicles, about 5 days away from 60,000 vehicles that Russia has lost. I'd have to disagree with you, Sherlock Holmes. Pickled shallots are not the best. Pickled garlic cloves. Mm. Oh yeah, and Golby, you got it perfectly right. Yeah, Russians are already starting to say Alaska is theirs after the meeting with Trump. You heard, if you listened in to that speech after the meeting with Putin talking first, saying how great it is to be back in Alaska. Even the names of the towns are in Russian. What I tell you, just about, Ukrainians changing their town names. It's unfortunately that's the mentality that Russia has. If it's a Russian name, it belongs to them. Yeah, let's just not talk about any highways to hell, Mitch. It got my stream yesterday taken down for about 8 hours, so Steve saying, hey Canty, a small token for some smokes in Ukraine. Whatever's left over of my underwear. Oh, God, you guys are trying to kill me. That's okay, KGGG. KKGG. I'm dyslexic every night. Well, yeah, I'm still sore about the Yep. Yep, Indy Darkstar, you're 100% correct. Putin said anywhere Russian boots touch is theirs. I don't know where the membership button is, K-Bell. I got my super chats, but no memberships yet. Maybe it'll kick in after next month. Be interesting to see why that hasn't taken effect, but it is interesting. Normally we would be heading to Zelensky's speech for today, but unfortunately there is no address from Zelensky today. So many meetings with Mark Rutte, head of NATO General Security or something like that. And more meetings and more meetings. So we lose out on Zelensky's address for today. Yeah, we'll find out. It might be waiting until my because I had to put in tax information for both Ukraine and the US. So they might be waiting on verification of tax information before doing memberships. So, yeah. So instead, which one do I want to do first? Vona Ukraina or Canty's Center? I want to go to Vona Ukraina because I want to watch this again. Just hanging out, having some fun. I gotta love it. Not the mama.
Точно нема напередку, та все хороше, що лишилось, нищить чвари у тилу. На війні, як на війні, крові. Краще так, ніж жити далі у кремлівському ярмі. Тяжко рахувати втрати, ти тримайся, рідний брате.
They're yelling insults across the battlefield. If you want to know what the insults are, you're going to have to learn Ukrainian or Russian for yourself. You got me on that one. Just guys coming out of the woods. Like I said, this is just a channel for Ukrainian soldiers to share videos they want to share. And, well, here's the next one.
Льотчик отримує завдання, координати.
Під час таких операцій ми використовуємо протирадіолокаційні ракети ХАРМ.
Мені вже, звичайно, сказали, що всі ракети вразили свої цілі.
Я не кидаю в бій молодих. Я їх готую.
Now you guys got that song stuck in my head again. My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma said to your grandma, I'm gonna set your ass on fire. So I'm finally able to show a Madiar video. It's a compilation video of the last couple days. No Madiar donation or narration, but this one's going to be an interesting one as well. Mariupol, Donetsk City. Of course, more and more information. Let the brainwashing begin. The sunken ship. North Korea. Russian oil refineries. Another hard video to watch. The attacks on Konstantinivka. So much. Again, Konstantinivka. Russian recruits. Konstantinivka. Drones. Let's just get back to the top with the drones so we can start the day from the beginning of the day. And 55 drones launched at Ukraine this last night, this morning, yesterday morning for Ukraine, because it is 5:48 a.m. in Ukraine at the moment. Ukraine air defense shot down or suppressed 46 of those 55 drones. The first story I have for you today is a GUR maritime drone in Novorossiysk Bay destroyed 5 elite Russian divers. So let's show you where Novorossiysk is. This here. This is now the de facto military base for Russian Navy. A drone was sent over here. It did get jammed. due to the action of electronic warfare, the sea drone lost contact with the control point and began to drift. During manipulations with the Ukrainian naval drone, it detonated. As a result of the explosion, all 5 elite Russian submarine saboteurs were eliminated. Basically, they were trying to defuse the naval drone, and it blew up on them. Oopsie. So that's what's coming out of Novorossiysk today, early this morning. Let's head back to the air alert map. Looks like drones are starting to head towards or into Kyiv Oblast. Just on the edge of Chernihiv and Kyiv regions at the moment. And coming out of North Korea, Kim Jong Pooh Bear honors the fallen North Korean soldiers for their role in the liberation of Russia's Kursk region from Ukrainian forces. The main reason I wanted to show this is it kind of gives you an idea of how many soldiers North Korea sent to Russia to fight Ukraine. 3 rows, picture after picture after picture, and it goes on and on and on. And that is not even all of them, that's just a few. Update from the Novoshakhtinsk refinery. The home fires are still burning yesterday morning in Russia. Excuse me for a second. My throat's starting to get really scratchy, so time for Ricola. Hold on a second. No, you're not bad for laughing at that. It's kind of funny. At least 80 feet. It's hard to say. There was really no reference points in that video that you could determine. But 80 feet's pretty close. Just remember, that's 6 inches for guys. They exist. I think the national bird of Ukraine right now is the flamingo. Nice to be nice to nice folks and bad to bad folks. Yeah. Yes, I do. But I need my throat not to hurt first. I think I just talked myself into being bad myself. How's the old saying go? If you can't be good at it. Hey, Anton. We need a flamingo emoji. Oh yeah. Uneshna Visoke. The main pumping unit is completely out of order. Well, another oil storage and refinery hit by Ukraine today. Russia has lost more than 13% of its refining capacity due to Ukrainian drone strikes. In total, in just under 3 weeks, Russia has lost 44.3 million tons of annual refining capacity, or 13.5% of the country's total 328 million tons per year. Last year, Russian refineries produced 267 million tons of oil, the lowest volume on record in the past 12 years, and that's going to be even lower this year. The fire in Muchevko still has not been able to be put out after the Russian strike on the American Flex Electronics factory. They're still working on that in Zakarpattia. Aerial reconnaissance units of the 4th Border Guard Detachment destroyed 10 enemy targets in the South Slobodansk direction. 5 pieces of equipment, shelters, and 4 UAV launch positions. Here is their video coming out of Kharkiv area. Keep your motor running. Head out on the highway. Yeah, that's going to be another one that gets, if I played it, it would get the stream deleted. Canty and his flying Russian's guitar. Someone should make a mod to like Guitar Hero. And every time you like hit the bass, there's a cosmonaut flying across the screen. Yeah, tomorrow is the Independence Day for Ukraine. I will be watching Chungus because he's doing a live from an event in California for Ukraine's Independence Day. There will be so much other information going out. Unfortunately, I'm also expecting a large scale attack on Ukraine, not this morning in Ukraine, but tomorrow or tonight in Ukraine. It being 6 o'clock in the morning right now. So in about 12 hours, I'll put it that way. Another video of the Nova Shatinsky Refinery in Russia. So, hacked CCC footage or CCTV footage. And yeah, that's what the refinery looks like. Well, when this was recorded. See the tank right there, just fully engulfed in flames. Kyiv City just went under air alert. I hope so. I'm pretty sure he did. But I'm not entirely positive. I know he was talking last night about one of the Ukrainian refugees in the area offered him a place to crash so he didn't have to get a hotel room, so that reduced how much he needed to fundraise to do it. I'm not sure. I still have to check on that. There's going to be a rally in Melbourne. Cool. Speaking of flamingos, this is the flamingo being launched. Now the booster rocket dropping it away. And is that the Dnipro or is that the Black Sea? Unechna in I'm not sure if this is an oil refinery, but it does look like one with the towers right here. And by the background noise, I could tell they're filming this from the train. So it's not a train station. It must be the oil refinery. So gas getting even tighter in Russia. During a night sortie, Ukrainian defense forces captured enemy personnel and seized a small area on the left bank of the Kherson region, pushing the enemy back. So this is the other side of Dnipro River near Kherson.
Це, панове, готуємо обмінний фонд. Херсонський напрямок. Лежать тепленькі ще. Готуються. Рідна Херсонщина. Все буде Україна.
Yeah, maybe you should try and meet up for coffee. I don't know if you have blue and yellow coffee over there, but I'm sure you could work out something. But yep, exchange fund being refilled on the left bank of the Dnipro River near Kherson. Gotta love it. Yeah, two brightly painted pink flamingo missiles did fly the other day. I saw the pictures. I did not realize the significance of pink missiles, but I figured we talked enough about the missiles that I didn't need them, so I skipped them. But we're still on today. So finally back to yesterday, and I know it's in here somewhere over the rainbow. About 3 people just unsubbed. Yeah, unfortunately, I did not realize the significance of the pink painted missiles until today. So yeah, I got to go back and find those. I'm sure we're getting close. Yeah, because there they are talking about them. Okay, maybe it wasn't in here. Nope, definitely not in here. Uh, shoot. Yeah, I'll have to go back and find it. As a result of successful counter battery fight, the 26th Brigade crew disabled an enemy howitzer between Chasiv Yar and Bakhmut. The enemy artillerymen were too lazy to properly camouflage their position, and thus Ukraine was able to spot and hit it. One of the food videos I'm going to do, Adam Rounds, is going to be from the 3rd Assault Brigade's food truck. That actually sounds like a good idea, KKGG. Get the lawn flamingos and paint it blue and yellow instead of pink. Spot the flamingo. I'll have to see if they have lawn flamingos while I'm over in Ukraine, and I'll try doing that there. I mean, if you don't want to paint it, you could always just take one of those little Ukrainian flags and, you know, glue it to the flamingo so it's holding a Ukrainian flag as it sits out in your lawn. Yeah, unfortunately, um, there is a story floating around out there saying, with Russians saying they geolocated the production factory of the flamingos from the pictures released the other day. I am not sharing them on here just in case. Don't want to spread anything that's not known for sure. But yeah, there's like a big stink on the Russian Telegram channels right now with like supposed geolocations and stuff like that for the flamingo factory. I don't know if it's the right one. I don't know, but I'm not going to further that propaganda. I discovered I don't like summer. No, my favorite time of year is spring. Tell you that right now. Especially in Kyiv, that was gorgeous. Everything was in bloom. You just be walking down the street and get a whiff of the cherry blossoms or the apricot blossoms. It's like the apricots blossoms came, and then when that went away, the cherries came. Then after the cherries, the apples and pears came, and it's like, it was just 3 or 4 weeks. You were just pounded by the scent of floral. Ugh. Russians have started putting drones under the wings of the Orlan surveillance drones. This is an image captured right before a Ukrainian drone took this out, but you can see the 2 FPV drones attached to the wings of the Orlan. So does this count as taking out 1 drone or 3? And we come to my unfavorite subject, my least favorite subject for today, Konstantinivka. Russians are essentially trying to erase the city from the map. There's been reports of 30 or more guide bombs, missiles, and artillery shellings as well. This is one building. After the one attack. Let me skip down. Here's blue and yellow. Later in the video, they found a video of the strike taking place, so we'll get to that. In the meantime, video has been come out from Russia of another replenishment of the Russian soldiers. These are wounded soldiers that are now being sent back to the front on crutches.
Сегодня идет дождик.
Let me run to the restroom. I'll be
Сердце
right back.
сжимается. Наших ребят снова отправляют в зону специальной военной операции. По приказу командира 104-го десантно-штурмового полка Толмачева Алексея, ноги еще не восстановились после ран. Кто-то все еще на костылях, кто-то с перевязанной рукой. Как больно видеть, что они уходят, не успев оправиться. Хочется верить, что они вернутся живыми.
Okay, I just thought of something that'd be really funny. You know how like well, guys, anyways, they have these those little pictures of flies that they stick in the urinal for like where you're supposed to aim. We need to make those with Putin's face in the name "Piss on Putin," and just stick those in every single urinal that you can find. Yeah, seeing that and then seeing the video I have towards the end, you're going to be, well, let's just say it's a nice insight into how the Russian military works. I forward the picture, not the whole thing. The armed forces of Ukraine liberated the village of Zeleny Gay. This village here, there is the picture of Ukrainian forces in the town. Of course, Deep State has not updated it yet, but oh gosh, look at all the drones over Kyiv at the moment. Ugh. Now, if we zoom in, Zeleny Gay is this settlement right here, and it is being reported that sinus is draining. I hate that. Anyways, it is now being reported that Ukrainian soldiers have liberated that city. Not to be outdone, the unit to the south said, "Oh yeah, hold my borscht." And the village of Tolstoy is now under Ukrainian control. That is this settlement right here. So yeah, great news coming out of Ukraine in the Novopavlivka direction. Ukrainian Navy destroyed a Russian UAV base forepost in Mozer 6 at the Khersonis airfield in Crimea. 3 Mozer 6 UAVs and 2 forepost UAVs, which were used by the enemy to cover the surface situation in the Black Sea, were destroyed. So surveillance drones, 5 of their surveillance drones destroyed. So yeah, that little building there at the airfield in Crimea. Oh, I'm still on Warriors Ukrainian. Sorry. Ukrainian aviation struck enemy positions in the temporarily occupied parts of Zaporizhia with 250-pound or kilo hammer bombs. Here is that video. Maybe it's just me, but to me this looks like it is Uladar. I cannot confirm that. I haven't been able to do geolocation on this, but to me it does look like Uladar. Well, you have to send me pictures and I'll post them on my YouTube channel. That'd be cool. So if you do get flamingos and you do paint them up or give them flags or whatever, take a picture, post it on Discord, and I'll post them to the community channel on my YouTube channel. The allergies, summer allergies suck. Yeah, it gets really bad here around harvest time. So like the next, well, thankfully I won't be here, but when they're harvesting the corn and the beans, the dust that gets kicked up, I can barely breathe. Snowmobiles make winters too short. Bees are nice. I like bees. Ticks I can do without. Fleas, mosquitoes, yeah, they can, I can do without those, but evil spider, Adam. Don't eat the bees. Well, are they actually bees, or are they what everybody calls a bee that it's not a bee? You're saying I need to be a masked Canty? Hungry being hungry. Last night, the Druzhba pipeline was attacked again for the third time in a short period, cutting off oil deliveries to Hungary. This is a clear attack on our energy security and another attempt to drag us into the war. It will not succeed. We stand for peace and our national interests. Peter Zagorski says, Peter, you have as much solidarity from us as we have from you. Zagorski, thank you so much for that reply. I love it. Oh, the wasp? Yeah. Eat all the wasp you want, Mr. Spider. GUR Special Forces destroyed more than 90 Russians and stopped the enemy's advance in Donetsk region. Brostov unit destroyed several groups of Russians who, at the cost of their own lives, pushed forward for the sake of a picture. Wait a minute. No, not a NAFO truck, unfortunately.
Давай, выходи сюда. Где второй? Где второй? Отмена FPV, отмена FPV. Он сдался, он сдался. Что за пазухой? Что за пазухой?
Yeah, except there's no respawns in this.
Спасибо подразделению братства.
Центру Тимура, главному управлению разведки Украины, за то, что взяли меня в плен и сохранили мне жизнь.
Huge orb web spiders that make webs anywhere there is open space. They will make a web in 30 minutes. Ooh. Up here in South Dakota, we have what they call parachute spiders. You know, they like to hang out in trees, and when the time comes, they make this little parachute type of web, drop out of the tree, and let the wind float them to their next location. And yeah, you'll just be walking around outside and all of a sudden have spider webs in your face and a spider crawling on you because the wind blew it into you. It's a bit creepy. Yeah, definitely a drone attack going on in Kyiv right now. Maybe it's the Russians going after that fake factory they spotted in Kyiv. Firepoint show launches and strikes results from FP1 drones. These are the creators of the Flamingo, the FP5. No sound, but the rocket assist takeoff, I guess, was adapted from this to the Flamingo missiles. It's weird that there's no sound to this. No, Golby's in Texas. Which reminds me, Golby, if you're near Dallas-Fort Worth and you can get into the airport, I'll be in the airport for about an hour. Ukrainians strike Russian Rubicon UAV command post and ammunition depot in Donetsk. Oh, hell no. You only die if you touch them. Don't touch them. No, no, no. Kind of funny because I'm sitting here thinking about like when I was in my 20s and moving around a lot. I used to love having banana boxes to pack stuff in. And then I saw a video of a banana spider. No, no, no. Coming out of Konstantinivka earlier this afternoon, the video of one of the FAB aerial bombs strikes in Konstantinivka was captured and released. Here is that video for you. One more time because that is a short video. Kaja Kallas said that letting Russia keep Ukrainian territories was a trap that Putin wants us to walk into. On the Alaska summit, Kallas said that Putin got everything he wanted and that would impact his interest in negotiating a peace deal. Putin is just laughing, not stopping the killing, but increasing the killing. We are forgetting that Russia has not made one single concession towards the peace treaty or peace deal. So yeah, 100% truth right there. Trump is such a clown. It's ridiculous. Look away if you don't want to see this video. But on the way to Kodyarka near Kupiansk, the Russians opened fire on a civilian woman with small arms and a mortar, and later sent an FPV drone. The crime was committed by drone operators of the Russian group Doomsday, who do not even hide that they are attacking civilians. This is Russian footage of them attacking a civilian near Kupiansk.
Все. Бабку, походу, застрелили. Вон уже минометы работают по ней.
No, the Russians are over that way, shooting at the lady walking down the road. It will cut out and it will jump to her hiding on the bank of the road over here shortly. So there she is hiding on the side of the road to get away from the gunfire. And here comes the Russians' FPV drone.
Наскільки я знаю, це дорога ця веде на Котлярівку. Котлярівка, Табаївка, Піщане, Сватовська траса. І там працює екіпаж ЮТ-40 судний день. Так що ось такі вони звірі.
Just a civilian walking down the road. And that's what Russia does. Quick update on the oil refinery. It is still burning nice and strong. Yeah, that's exactly why we laugh when Russians fly. No, I don't think that's going to be put out anytime soon. Oh, another video coming out of North Korea showing the arrival of their lost soldiers from Ukraine. Yeah, no sympathy. Enough of that. The AAR that was sunk by Ukraine drones coming through Azerbaijan a couple weeks ago has been spotted with a crane and another cargo ship unloading the cargo they can get, and it turns out that the Orla 4 was carrying equipment to produce Shaheeds, and thus why they are trying to salvage that cargo. I thought this was interesting. The Ukrainian review. All sides are simply trying to politically outlive Trump. Russia is not interested in negotiations. Europe needs another 1.5 to 2 years to rearm. And Ukraine is playing a key role here because it is the barrier and is buying everybody else time. A hard truth, but I think that's unfortunately exactly the case. Again, Ukraine's response to the drone attacks yesterday was a massive attack on Russia with drones today into Krasnodar, Rostov, and other areas. That was a couple hours ago. We have not completely seen the results of this strike, but we will likely see those tomorrow. Meanwhile, in occupied Kandahar, the Russians begin their brainwashing. Brainwash them early, brainwash them young. Sounds familiar to what Trump was doing at Epstein's Island. Soldiers of the, I showed you the image before, but soldiers of the 37th Special Operation Brigade conducted the operation to clear the village of Zeleny Gay. So that was the image we saw, and here is the video that image was taken from. Steve saying that was... Oh, let me pause this. That footage was from the town just outside of the Zaporizhia nuclear power plant. So we'll come back to that. So this is from Kandahar, which is right here. on the front. You know, Russians basically mortar and throw artillery at Nikopol every single day, and nothing is sent back because they don't want to. Ukrainians do not want to damage the nuclear power plant. So what do? They, I believe that's the school right there, to be honest. But that is Russians brainwashing Ukrainian kids under a nuclear power plant, essentially. Oh, Mexi, sorry your browser just crashed. Let me replay this one from the beginning. So that is the video of the Ukrainian soldiers in Zlenigay, just in the Novopavlivsky direction. Another video coming out of Kramatorsk. Yeah, YouTube saying excellent connection on my end, so 0% drop frames. Just YouTube being YouTube. The Yub Tubs being Yub Tubs. At the Donetsk airport, there was a metro store. They started rebuilding the store to be part of the Shahid infrastructure, but Ukraine had other plans. So this is what it looked like. They started rebuilding it, and Ukraine said, nah. Abinsk, a series of explosions thundered in the city of Abinsk and the villages of Lisky and Flipsky in Krasnodar. This is one of the first words we've gotten out about the Ukrainian strike last night. Well, tonight for us, last night for Ukraine. According to preliminary data, the air defense system was activated. According to local residents, a total of about 10 explosions were heard over populated areas. The loud sound set off car alarms and made the walls of houses shake. Eyewitnesses also heard the sounds of Ukrainian UAVs flying overhead. There is currently no official information about casualties or damage, but there is an oil refinery nearby. Meanwhile, the Ruski Mir comes to Donetsk city. Temporarily occupied Donetsk, the realities of life under the rule of Russia. You know, once Beyonce was in the city and music competition was held there, here's what Donetsk is now.
Вот пидоросня, нахуй, которая, блядь, не дает Абакумову воду, приезжала сегодня и нихуя не сделала. Людей, блядь, в море, вон, километровая очередь.
In line for water.
Подача воды в Донецке.
And that's how they're hauling it up to their apartment, by crane up to... That's actually pretty smart. No trash collection.
Но возле баков не убирают, потому что убирать некому. Свинарник. Зато у нас в Ушире начитываются, что все хорошо в Донецке. Крысы пешком бегают.
And this is, oh my, that is horrible. That's the water they're collecting. That looked black. So just garbage thrown everywhere. Lines for water. Well, I'm sure those that missed the USSR are loving having to stand in line again. So, yeah, back to old Soviet days in Donetsk. Thanks to Russian Mir. I think you guys will like this one. Footage of the battles of the Devil's Team's officers unit in the Tourette's direction. So, still fighting for the city, still keeping the Russians occupied. Yeah, there's a reason for that, Mitch. Like anything that goes on there is highly restricted. You know, videos are very rare because they confiscate phones, and if you have videos on it, you go to jail or you go to the front. Well, nice little compilation video from the Devil's Team officers. And if you think that was the water shortages were just in Donetsk, Here's Mariupol. And yes, on the truck, Voda. So having to truck in water even in Mariupol. This is the Ruski Mir for you. Water trucks for major cities. So if you ever wondered what it was like to be a Russian in the SVO, Special Military Operation, as Russia calls it, these two videos are from the 80th Tank Regiment of the Russian Armed Forces. The commanders of this regiment demand payments from the soldiers, extort their bank cards and PIN codes, and live in luxury. Those who refuse these conditions are disposed of. In this video, the victim is one who refused to pay and tried to escape. He was brutally beaten and then killed for refusing to give them the money he's supposed to be getting for being in Ukraine. The video does not show the later part, but yeah. So this is what it's like to be a Russian that doesn't want to give up all your pay to your commander. You see, he was on a crutch, took the crutch away.
Куда ты побежал? А? Я у тебя спрашиваю. Чё пика? Ёбнулась совсем? Матуха? А? Давай, пика.
Ебать, машину помяли мне, блядь, а.
Тогда не ёб, сейчас задаём, хотя бы разок. А, кого ты понял? А? Чё ты понял? Чё ты понял? Да, сука. Ты чё? Бан. Чё, а? Ты больно? А? Что орёшь? Хуй ты орёшь? Бегать, заебись! А, ты, Петрила! А? Сука, у тебя спрашиваю. Я у тебя спрашиваю.
This is what they do to their own people that don't pay up. And that's a taser he was about to hit him with. The video does cut off there, but yeah, he's shot moments later. So you support Russia? To all the trolls out there watching this, this is what you support if you support Russia. And finally, we come to the last video I have for you tonight. Giving Mexigirl a time to unmute. This is a compilation video from Magyar of some of the strikes over the last month.
москалі, де ви мізки діли? Сидите в гімні по шию, а війні зраділи. Обана, ти диви, то новітня зброя. Недолугий окупант з однією
Throwing his crutch at the drone. That's funny.
Вас женуть, як свини в лісу, нора ховатись. Будете під кожною гілкою дохлими валятись. Обана, ти диви, що це за івашка. То підсмажений хробак, но зато в тільняшки. Ой, москалик без штанів під кущем сховався, але наш веселий дрон до нього добрався. Обана, хорошо і весело палає, не він шастать по кущам, тепер Ваня знає. Хто зі зброєю прийшов, від неї й загине. Не схотів сидіти вдома, здохнеш у Україні. Скоро у вашій Москві буде вить тривога, запалає від Сибіру і до Таганрога. Хай!
So that is just the 1st through the 22nd of August from Madiar. And I hate to say it, but this is on the light side of Madiar's videos, even though it is quite graphic. Still want to see the cosmonaut again. Oh, yeah, this is let's see, we're almost at today. Yesterday, was it this one? I don't think it was that one. Not that one either. The train. Oh, maybe it was that one. Oops. Hey, was it this one? Nope. Nope. Can't play that one. Where did that one go? This one? No, not that one. No, not that one either. That's just Voschansk. Maybe this one? No, it's not that one. Not that one. That's the Grad. Not that one either. What happened to it? Do you remember which one it was? Let's go a different route.
Військовослужбовці підрозділу Прайм 5-го прикордонного загону. Зараз знаходимось на Сумщині та стримуємо наступ ворога.
Ooh, you even get some drone-on-drone action. That's that. Okay. It was yesterday, right? Hey, Nunu.
Військовослужбовці підрозділу Прайм.
And that's the last one from... Oh, no, it was the day before. Looks like. Yeah. So, okay. We need to go back a little bit farther right here. Duh. I was a couple videos away from it. So let me ask you. Can you fly, sucker? I don't know. I think this guy had distance, but this guy definitely won height. How did we all lose a day? Yeah. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 in the truck. Ouch. I can't be sure. But I wouldn't want to survive that. That's for sure. Seladov Prokrovsk minibus. Seladovo. So Prokrovsk. Seladovo. Yeah, I'm not sure where Soladovo is. Oh, Seladovo. There we go. So apparently in one of these fields here near Dashenki. Looks like the drones have moved south of Kyiv, towards Bielorussia. Of course, Donetsk still under air alert, and the eastern part of Dnipropetrovsk. That is, unfortunately, all I have for you today. If you have not hit the like, please remember to hit the like. Oh, I like that one, Anton. Chungus taco time? Okay. Making a run to Chungus. Yeah, like I was saying, if you have not hit the like, please do hit the like. It helps the channel grow and gets the video the stream channel recommended to others. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. But more and most importantly, keep supporting Ukraine. Have a good night. Oh, hey, Chungus. Oh, I'm sorry, I did not see your earlier comment. Looks like you after Taco Bell. Oh, geez. Yeah. Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Just so you know. So Chungus, you doing a can you hop into a voice channel really quick, Chungus? I'm on your Discord in general. Hard-shelled tacos are not a thing here. Everything is a tortilla. Yeah, the hard-shelled tacos are... Oh, hey there, Chungus. So, let me ask you something really quick. Did you get everything you need to make it to the meeting or the event this weekend? Okay,
Yes. On the last day, Acoustic Kitty threw in 75, and then another, probably once it remained anonymous, she threw in 25, and then BB hooked me up with 75. We are good to go. The most awesome community ever. I'm set for the 2-day event. I'm going to start streaming tomorrow at 6 p.m. It's going to be at the Ukrainian church. Setup is at 5 p.m. I'm going to be there for setup. I'll talk to some people, let them know what I'm going to do. I already got permission from Olga, but it's going to be a church live stream from a Ukrainian church in Sacramento. There's going to be art gathering, food, music, inspiring words, prayer. I'm going to live stream the whole thing. Then the next day, we're going to deck out our vehicles and go on a Ukrainian convoy through Sacramento for Independence Day. That will air earlier. So that's probably going to be somewhere around 10 p.m. Pacific where I start airing that one, and it's going to go for probably most of the day. So first thing in the morning, since I got a little extra, I'm going to go out and buy the battery pack I needed because I don't have a spare battery, because I have no clue how long Independence Day is going to go through. And then at the end, if I have time, I don't know how much time it's going to take. I might go to the Capitol building to see what the UA House is putting on as well.
Okay. So that the first stream you're going to be doing is 6 p.m. tomorrow, or is there going to be an earlier?
Yeah, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. That's going to be the church night, and then one of the Sunflower Societies invited me to stay at their house to save money on the lodging. And then the next day, it's going to be a big day for Independence Day. So it'll be a 2-day event.
Okay, so 6 p.m. tomorrow, that's Pacific, so 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And then look for a lot of good timing for the EU viewers on Sunday. Sounds like it's going.
Yes, that's going to be a long. I feel like that's going to be a long stream. I don't know how this is going to play out. It's going to be crazy, but I got the selfie stick I needed. I got the 10-foot USB-C charger port. I got the dash mount, and I'm going for the battery pack tomorrow morning. I got the money for the gas, food if I need it. If they don't feed the hell out of me while I'm at the church, which they probably will. But yep, all set.
Yeah, streaming's expensive, huh?
California is expensive, and my lame ass drives a lifted Chevy, so I get 11.5 miles to the gallon, and I drive 2 hours to get to Sacramento, and that's just to get there.
Yeah. So do you have a mic set up for your phone?
No.
What connector do you use for your charging port?
C port.
iPhone?
No, it's Android.
Okay. Hit me up after the stream, and I might need your address.
Okay, well, I don't know if you're gonna be able to overnight it, but yes, I will.
No, I won't be able to overnight it, but I'll save you like $100 on a very good microphone.
Oh, cool. That'd be great for later on. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a lot of interviews, and if I do, I don't think the music's going to be blaring. So, but I know at a couple of the rallies, the music was overpowering, and it also got me copyright struck. And it was like it was the American national anthem. I had to share my money with like Leanne Rimes or someone.
Yeah, well, AC/DC's Highway to Hell had my video restricted to nobody could see it yesterday, so.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, especially are you monetized now?
Yeah. I got I got Super
Cats. Be careful now.
So yeah, so everything's coming along. That's always a good thing.
Sweet.
KKGG asks, Sunday is 10 a.m. Your time, or
I'll have to verify that. You'll find out on the stream tomorrow. I'll have more info on Independence Day because they're doing this one different. We're gonna deck out our vehicles. So I went out, I got some stuff to clean my truck. We're gonna deck them out. I don't know. I've got a flag. I've got a couple stickers on mine, but if they have chalk, I'm gonna chalk my shit out.
Okay.
And then yes. It should be around 10 a.m. on Sunday Pacific time. It's gonna be a long all-day event almost. I don't know how long it's gonna go for, but I know we're driving through Sacramento, which is scary in itself because Sacramento has those lights to where if you don't make it past the red light, you get a ticket.
Ooh.
So yeah, hopefully they wrapped it up to where we don't go through those areas because I don't want a ticket in my mail. But whatever. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, you have to remember where I'm at. I have to drive like 40 miles to see a traffic light.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no. Well, I mean, so if I showed you where I live, you'd be like, oh my God, you live in Russia because the streets are so terrible. So that's why I have to go to Sacramento. It's 2 hours away.
Yeah, so but Russia doesn't even have streets. Russia has railroad tracks, not streets.
Like I said. If you saw where I live. Yeah, but that's the plan. Should be a lot of fun there. Meet some interesting people. I'll head up. I gotta remember to grab the jewelry. I got a pack still. So, but yeah, tomorrow 6 p.m. Pacific. That's when it starts, and then the next day To be determined, but probably early in the morning, 10 a.m. Pacific.
Any gaming tonight?
No, I'm laid out in bed. I went over there and told Burke I'm too tired, and apparently I need Vagisil, and yeah. So not tonight.
So there's Chungus coming straight from his bed for everybody here. Letting you know, come by tomorrow. Check him out. Check out Ukrainian church, you said? And the Ukrainian...
Yeah, it's going to be at a church. A night of prayer, celebration, music. And then, yeah, first time I stepped into a church in 15 years. So we'll see if I...
okay, don't catch on fire.
yeah, exactly.
All right. I'll definitely be there and look forward to it. I'll let you go have a good night, and you stay safe. And of course, I'm going to end the stream here as well. So you all stay safe and have a good night.
Good night, folks.
And I'm done. So, he's gone.